The first time I remember a light bulb of any importance to me, it looked just like this. It was beautiful. I was surrounded by thousands and thousands of people, and it was completely dark, apart from a little bit of fire here and there. I remember it like it was just yesterday. I was standing about 20 meters away from Lars Ulrich. This was 1996, and it was the Cunning Stunts tour for Metallica. A light bulb fell from the ceiling, and Lars pulled the cord to turn it on. And he just started drumming like crazy. Just one light bulb, thousands of people. It was an incredible sight. Sentimental, that's what light bulbs are. They don't make them like that anymore. They make them like this.
As you saw, or heard, I have a long history of light bulbs, and I really do love light bulbs. Did you see the Aputure has a little bit of a delay when you turn it on, as opposed to the smart bulb? But that is something you can kind of get by with the app, because it turns on instantly with the app. Now, I love light bulbs and how beautifully soft they are. I mean, they have this kind of stunning soft light. There's something about it that's glow, especially if they have this kind of milk diffusion on them. The Aputure costs $80, and your everyday normal smart bulb will cost you about $20. Philips Hue, the Xiaomi. Now, if we kind of try and turn on our light bulb here and get it nice and bright, that's why it's not a Filmmakers light bulb. It really isn't. Can you see what's going on? It's actually a little bit painful. So, you know, even though you can do different colors and stuff, I think. Can you? I'm guessing you can, yeah. You know, different things like this. Fire, you know. I mean, as you can see, it's not a Filmmakers light bulb. So I'm just gonna turn this one off. The Aputure, on the other hand, is a Filmmakers light bulb. So no matter what you do, up to 1,000 frames per second, there will be no flickering, which is very important when you're filming. Now, I don't have a Phantom, so I can't check that, but I do have a Sony a7S III, and at 240 frames per second, zero problems. It's fantastic. Now, the other cool thing about this light bulb is that when we turn on the smart bulb and we take it out, it stops working. But with the Aputure, if we take it out and we press all three buttons at the same time, and you get this kind of cool Hulk glow, and then we press and hold the on and off button, boom. That is a wireless light bulb, a smart Filmmakers wireless light bulb, and it will fit into your E26 or E27 socket. So basically all over the world it will work. The diffusion is milky and it's plastic. The rest of the body is actually aluminium, so it acts as a huge heat sink. By the way, I did get the 120D Mark II from Aputure yesterday, so thank you so much for that. And, you know, anyway, the cool thing about this is on the aluminium body, we have a set of instructions. It's been laser etched in, so you've got on off, intensity up, intensity down, CCT switch, so we can press it twice, and as you can see, it will change temperature. And we also have AC DC mode. As you saw, I could change it from working on the actual mains, how you charge it, by the way. It will charge take about 2 hours maybe to charge the full power. And it will last about, I'd say about 70 minutes on full power, or 20 hours on minimum power, which is just insane. You also have a BT reset, so it's your Bluetooth reset, and your power, so you can tell if the power is full or not having to use the application. It will just flash for 3 to 1 times, which is fantastic. Now, the temperature goes all the way from 2000 Kelvin to 10,000 Kelvin. And the great thing about it is that it has a CRI of 95 and a TLCI of 96. As it's a Filmmakers light bulb, it really does to have, was that English? It really does have to have accurate color. So, you're using it on set, you need accurate colors. You can't have someone having green or magenta colored skin. That's the fantastic thing about this. It has a standby mode, so now it's on. I can basically just press the on button once to get it on and off very quickly. It doesn't have a fan. There's no fan in this. It is nothing. Passive cooling. Absolutely fun. It's absolutely fun, and it's got absolutely no fan. So the cooling is done by the aluminium body, completely silent, which is fantastic. Now, it's designed as a practical, which is great. So you screw it into any of your practicals and you can control 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They just started today selling them in a box of 8. It comes in this beautiful Pelly case with a little plug in the side, and you can charge all of them in about 2 hours time, which is fantastic. So if you're on set, you need 8 of these guys, or even say 2 of them, you can have a whole load charging, and these guys just kept on getting used and used, which is fantastic. It's, Aputure is really on top of the game. They are dropping lights like hot buns. It's fantastic. I'm really, really excited that I just got the 120D Mark II. It's a fantastic light, and it's something that I've always wanted in my studio, because Aputure is a company that I really respect. There's some, of the best lights on the market. You think of the best lights, you think Aputure. Anyway, inside we have a 1300 milliamp hour battery, 7.4 volts. Like I said, about 70 minutes full power, or 20 hours in your minimum mode. And you're charging it for about 2 hours when it's plugged into your light socket, which is, that's an acceptable time to power and charge a light. It comes in about 240 grams, so it does have a little bit of weight to it compared to a bulb like this. Yeah, you can tell it's got a little bit of weight to it, so it's built to last. But obviously, don't go throwing around because you might crack it or break it or something. And they are not cheap, coming in at $80. $80 for a light bulb. Now, one of the things that I'd really like to show you is, let me turn on the light. And let me turn on the Siddis Link application, which is got to be, no doubt, one of my favorite apps in the world. It's very simple, very easy to use. Right, it's going to load the fixtures. There we have it, B7C. And let me just turn off the main light for this. This is 100% at 2000 Kelvin. We can quickly go to 5600 Kelvin to match the big 120D right there. Or we can go all the way up to very, very cold 10,000 Kelvin. So you can see it's got a very cool kind of look to it right there. Very cool compared to the very warm 2000 Kelvin. We can turn it on and off very quickly. As you saw, it did have a little bit of delay when it's plugged in and you turn it on via the socket, but here it is just on, off instantly. Now, we can go to gels, and if you are using gels on your lights, you can quickly go into tungsten, daylight, and you can basically put on a full CTO. You can go into tungsten, you can put on a full CTB or a half CTB, a quarter, an eighth CTB without CTB. It's very easy, very intuitive. It's, yeah, fantastic. If we press color at the top, which is no doubt one of my favorite, we can go into color, and we have a beautiful pink, and this is 100%. And we can basically press the colors, so we can go through the colors very quickly and change them, or we can go around HSI, so hue, saturation, intensity, and the closer we get to the middle, the less saturated it is. So for example, if we want a blue, we're going to go up, 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 up until it's completely saturated. We also have a picker, which is pretty cool. So for example, if I turn this light on and we get something like this orange on the box, we look at the orange and pick up. There we go. And now we have the orange that was on this box. Fantastic. You know, the color picker really does help. And later on you can tune it in just a little bit so it gets to the perfectly right hue that you want. You can change the saturation. You can go up, you can go down, or the intensity. It's fantastic. And we can go into, if I could see it, into effects, which are no doubt my favorite. And if we start with, no doubt, by far my favorite, we're going to start with fire. Now this is fire. You've got warmer, natural, and cooler. So you can change between those three, and you also have frequency. So you can have a very quick fire, you know, a lot of wind in the air, or you can go down to frequency 1, so it's very slow fire. That's fantastic that you can actually change the frequency, the speed. Cop car, red, blue, red and blue, red and white, blue and white. They thought of everything. You can also change the intensity, the speed of the flash. Party lights, everybody likes a good party. Let's saturate them all the way up so you can, you know, it's basically a circle of the 360-degree color wheel. Paparazzi, so if we go up to 10, we can do paparazzi. And if we can go up to 10,000 Kelvin, a little bit more realistic for a flash coming off a camera. Fireworks, you know, people like their fireworks mode, and it's, I'm not going to comment on the fireworks mode because I've never used it, but I do know people who have tried it. Faulty bulb, which is pretty cool. So you can go 2,000. If we can go up to, I don't know, 8,000, we can do a bit more of a kind of a bulb like you could imagine. That would be kind of zzz, 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 zzz. And a cool one is lightning, because so if we use lightning at 10,000 Kelvin, it's on 100%, sorry, we can actually trigger it. Which is also a great thing because you're not sitting there waiting. We can put it on frequency, for example, 10 or 9, and it will go a lot faster and it will be a lot more kind of natural when you trigger it yourself. And we also have TV. So you've got warmer. I think natural is probably the best for the TV. It's a little bit bright, so I'm going to put it down a little bit. I am blinding myself here. The TV is pretty cool, and that is something that we use a lot. We also have pulsing, you know, things that you may not use all the time. Now if we go back into white and we put it on about 20%, that would be a lot better. So that is your Aputure B7C. And like I said, it's a really nice light. I think you could get some beautiful portraits actually, just using this light. It's got this kind of beautiful, beautiful kind of glow to it. I think the diffusion is fantastic. And the fact that you basically can't hear anything, it's just silent, completely silent, is wonderful. Aputure have done a fantastic job once again. I'm a big fan of their lights. I do have quite a lot, and like I said, once again, I'm so happy to have the 120D Mark II. I'm very appreciative of that, and I will be using it for my spec tutorial videos. Love it, love it. Anyway, any questions at all, drop them in the comments below. If you did like my film and it helped you purchase one of these, no doubt off the affiliate link below, give me a thumbs up. And, you know, if you haven't subscribed, it's probably going to be just down here below this light somewhere down there. Have a wonderful day. Catch you soon.
Every time I see a light bulb dangling from the ceiling, naked, it reminds me of Metallica 25 years ago. Thank you, Aputure. This is a new era of light. I can't wait to grow new memories with it.